it's Alex and I'm in my hallway. And today is a triumph day. And it means, not that today is going to be triumphant. I mean, today I'm going to be working on the triumph. So, in the past videos, as you may have seen, I had many problems with the carburettor and the starting, blah, blah, blah. Now we have realised that where it was overfueling before, with the floats full of fuel, whatever, the vehicle has suffered Borewash, as they call it. So, what it means is too much fuel has gone down the cylinders, made its way past the pistons, and has got in the oil. And the way I've checked that is smelt the oil. You can smell it's petrol-y, and also it looks thin. It doesn't look like 2050. So we've got it running. So we know that carburetor's good now and spark plugs are good. But oil is bad. So we've got a new oil filter. I also got Rainy to get a new throttle cable because that was rather poorly. Irrelevant to the engine, got some gearbox mounts because those on the car look awful. And a new rocker cover gasket because again, the one on the car is awful. So today I'm going to drain the oil, put the new oil filter on, and hopefully, put the new throttle cable on, that'll be good. Hopefully check the tappets and put the new rocker cover on. Ramey's put the new temperature sensor on and he said that works now. So all that leaves really, I think, is that little heater hose that's perished. And I think this can go back on the road. I was rather busy last night, tidying up my garage as well. I still got a bit to do, but I've had a little change around. So I've got these little shelves further forward. That one's going to go at the back because that used to stick out quite a bit, and this is a lot more flush. I can have my screwdrivers up there. It's a lot nicer. That will go. That's just bits of P6 that need to go back on. Got some new shelves from IKEA. Got rid of that big box thing. Ramey took that out for me. He's put that in the other garage with Betty. And I've got these nice slimline metal shelves. So it's a lot nicer to get down the back. I've just got to sort out all this that's came out of the big horrible shelves. It's looking a lot tidier now. I'm feeling very positive about the garage now because it was getting bad. It was getting messy. Yes, let's drain the oil out of this Triumph, shall we? This has got the most pathetic little sump plug. It's only a 7/16. It's tiny compared to what I'm used to. There it is, there. Passenger side. And it's a little square thing, and it is just a 7/16. If I can get my foot on it to crack it off. Ooh. Did that get it? I'm not sure if it just slipped off or it actually undid. Oh, I think it slipped off. Oh dear. What to do, eh? I think that just flung off as well, didn't it? God, the spanner's gone all the way down the back of the car. Who done this up? Incredible Hulk. Yeah, it's coming off again, isn't it? What a bugger. It's like welded on there. I wonder if I can get my spanner extension on there. I should try. Got a spanner extension on now. Oh dear. That's not working, is it? Okay. Oh. How am I going to do this? I just found this spanner. It's only little, but it's got a deeper cut. I'm hoping it'll grip better. Oh, that feels good. Let's see if I can get this extension on. Not the right angle for that. Come on, you. Come on, you. Take my strong hand. No, it just wants to round off, doesn't it? I can see it. Oh. Oh! Yes, we've got it. We've got it. I heard it click. Whew. That was drama. Let's see if I got enough strength now in my right hand. I don't want to hurt myself. Oh no, still very tight. Let's use my foot now. Ooh. Why is it so tight? Oh, here she comes. Yes. Thank goodness. Right. Let's get this in the right place. I jacked the car up so I could get under here better. So we'll let the jack back down once I've got this out, because otherwise not all the oil's going to come out. Whee! Oh, that was close. Right on the edge. Oh, you can smell it. Very fuely. Very fuely. Very thin as well. Gross. If the drain plug's anything to go by, this oil filter here is probably very, very tight. Let's see if we can undo it. Oh, I always get these plexi claw things around the wrong way. Here we go. Right, that's got a grip on it. Oh dear, this is not moving. Come on. Oh, blimey. No, that's welded on there, as I predicted. Oh, that's in an awkward spot as well, because I can't really stick a screwdriver in there, as some people recommend. God, it needs an engine mount as well, doesn't it? Look. Gross. Yes. What a horrible thing. I have got another one I bought. Oil wrench. It's got different legs on it. The other one's got smooth feet. And I've also got an extension thing so I can put my breaker bar on. So we're really going to go to town with this now. Once I've got the legs around the right way. So can never work it out, apparently. Go on. Go on. Hang on, it's not got a good position on this. That's better. Oh! I think it's moving. Annoying, this breaker bar isn't a ratchet, so I have to go back and do it like that. Oh yeah! Oh, it's doing it. Thank God for that. Probably get the ratchet on there now. Oh my God, it's still tight. I can't use my right hand for strength. There she is. Beautiful. Got it. Oh. It's funny, you're only meant to put oil filters on hand tight, but they're always blooming welded on. Hopefully, yeah, not so much mess because it's already drained out. Gross. Before putting the new filter on, you should smear the rubber with oil. Now, some people say, oh, just get a bit off the dipstick and rub it on. Well, obviously the oil that is in the car, was contaminated with fuel, and we don't really want to get fuel on this rubber, so a bit of oil out of my oil can, smear it on, a bit on the thread as well. Lovely job. And then just screw him on. And so you just do it sort of hand tight. Because my hands are quite weak compared to most mechanics, I feel, I like to just give it a little nip with the wrench that we've got. Yep, that's it, that's fine. You don't have to do it up tight, just so it stops spinning, really. And as I always like to do, just wrap a bit of PTFE tape around the thread of the sump plug, because we don't want it leaking, and we don't need to be doing it up super tight like it was. I've always done this, and I've never had a sump plug leak. Happy days. If it's good enough for plumbers, it's good enough for me. Well, it's stopped pouring out now, we just got a little drip. Oh, my finger. My little finger's getting a bit sore. Clean that up and pop that in. God, it's a bit windy. It's whistling through somewhere. I'm with your mouse. Oh. That'll do. Happy days. Oof. It's quite good. I can actually sit. on the wheel to do the tappets, which is quite nice for my back. Just 2 nuts and a breather hose to take off the rocker cover. You'll see the state of the gasket in a minute. It's awful. I don't think these clearances are going to be far out, but I could be wrong. Everything else has been wrong. Because it's not a tappy engine, but then they could be too tight, and a noisy tappet is a happy tappet, as they say, even though I don't like the noise of them because it resonates through my brain. So I like to get them spot on so they're efficient, but they're also not noisy. That was just a 1/2 inch spanner. Oh, it's easy to go off there. It's gross. That needs a good clean. Just dump it down there for a minute. And the gasket. Yes, where is the gasket? Is it stuck in there? Yeah, it is. Look at it. It's horrible. It's cracked and everything. Look. That's knackered, isn't it? Ah, there's another bit of it. There's a bit stuck in there. Oh dear. Yeah, we'll sort that out in a bit. Let's have a look at the tappets. So I've got my feeler gauge here. It is 10 or 254 millimeters apparently. Yeah, I really should know how to read that. All I know is it's 10. I'm a bit daft with numbers. So this is the same principle. Hello Arla, can I help you? You're not going to jump on this engine, are you? Yep, you are. He's down here on the wheel opposite me. Can we see you? There you are. So you're going to sit on that wheel, are you? Well, this would make for a good picture, wouldn't it, eh? Me sat on one tyre and you sat on the other. Oh, he's gone. Where were we? Sorry. Slight interruption from the cat. So same principle, doing these tappets as you do on the A series. I think any engine, to be honest. When you're checking them, you're checking the opposite one. So we need one of these valves to open, and then the opposite one will be closed. So if number 1 is open, pushed down all the way, number 8 is going to be fully closed, and that's when we check the gap. In the book it gives you an order to do, so you're not constantly, like, if you're wanting to check 1, 2, 3, 4 in a row, you'd be turning the engine over and over and over and over. And it's just, you know, a waste of effort really. So we'll just see which one closes and go on to the next one. Now, annoyingly, there's no crank handle. And I don't know if there ever was an option for a crank handle on the Triumph Herald. I don't think there was. So we need to just gently, it'll turn, stick a screwdriver in the blade of the dynamo. You're not putting any pressure on that really, it's only just to aid it to turn. And then we'll see, I can see now number 1 is closing, you see. And if you're finding your engine's hard to turn like this, take all the spark plugs out, because that lowers the compression and then you're not fighting against it. So that is definitely open. So we now check this one. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. See which one's going down next. I think is number 3. That's number 3. So then we want to check the opposite one. Number 6. A little tight, but the gauge goes in. I'm not going to touch that. What's closing next? Or opening, shall I say? Aha. Number 5 is closing now. So we know the first one we checked was number 8 when number 1 was down. So when we get to number 1 being down again, it means we've probably done them all. But I like to check them twice. Right, that's open. So it'll be the opposite one, which is right next to him. Whoa! That is very, very loose. So we have one very loose tappet there. Okay. I will go and get... Do I need another screwdriver? No, we're good. All I need... Oh, I've got a spanner here. Oh, look at that. I don't even have to get up. So, we hold the screw, flathead screw there. Oh, that's a tight nut. What is it with this car and things tight? Oh, it's going, but it's taking the screw with it. Oh, there we go. We got it. Right, nut's slackened, so we can move the screw now. So now we need to look at the gap. Oh, I pretty much got that spot on, to be fair. Yeah. Just that little movement, that's done it. Right, so now we need to really hold this still whilst we do up the little nut. That's it. Let's check it again. A little bit loose. A little bit loose. It's a case of trial and error, really. You just... Because when you do it up, it's sort of... Sometimes you move the screwdriver and it adjusts it again, you know. Normally it closes it up too much. There we go. Beautiful. See, it slides in and out, but I can feel that it's gripping, you know. Brilliant. Okay, next. What's closing or opening now? Number 2. Number 2. That's fully open. So we do the opposite. Number 7. Oh, that's a bit floppy as well. Let's adjust that as well. No one likes a floppy one, do they? Oh, I don't like it tight, to be honest, because you worry about it snapping. Oh, here she goes. Just a little tiny movement with the screwdriver. It really is just a tiny adjustment. And there you go. Slides in and out. You feel it gripping, but it's not floppy. What's opening next? Number 8 is opening. So we can check number 1. There we go. Yep, number 1 feels good. What's next? Number 6 is going down. It's down. So number 3. It's a little tiny bit loose. Tiny. Just a tiny tweak there. But you barely saw it move. That's better. That's much better. Must be coming round to number 1, are we? No. Number 4 is going down now. Number 4's down. Check number 5. Oh, that's floppy. That's a loose one. So it's worth doing this job, isn't it? Because there were some loose ones there, weren't there? Still a bit loose. This thing better blimmin' start on the button and run nice after this. I'm going to be very annoyed. Right, that's spot on. What's going down now? Oh, number 7's down there. Yep. So we check number 2. Yep, feels good. There we go. We've gone back round now. So number 1 is going down. Blooming cat hair in the engine. I'm just going to go through and check them all again. You see, minuscule adjustments. Just because I'm a bit of a perfectionist. I like things to be spot on. I'm going to go through these and just double check them again. Then I'm going to clean up this mating surface and clean up the rocker cover, and we'll get the new gasket on. And then, well, I suppose we should see if it starts. Alright then. Mating surface is clean. I've cleaned this up as much as I can. I've got the Dremel on there to get all the old bits of gasket out and everything. Now all we need is a nice new gasket and to fit it on. Just watch it. Yeah, it's not staying in place nicely. So what we'll do, we'll get a little bit of spray glue on that, carpet glue, and we'll just stick it to the rocker cover. And it's not to help it seal, it's help it to stay in place. Because I know people use all sorts of like instant gasket, and you don't need any of that. Just a bit of glue, we'll just stick it in place. Another thing you can do, sometimes if you can smear a bit of oil on there, sometimes the gasket will just sort of stick to that, but ideally not. We'll go and get a bit of glue. Ta-da! It's glued on there now, so we know it's not going to be a problem staying in the right place. There we go. I was going to put a new washer on this. There you go. New washers. Old nuts. I haven't got any new ones. And then once I've done this up, you don't want to go too tight on this. Because this is so thin, the metal will just bend. So once I've got this on, I shall then refill it with oil. I need to check to see how many litres it takes. I imagine it's the same as Allegro, something like 4.5 to 5 litres. But I shall check the book and get some oil in. Well, I've just checked the book, and this only holds around 4 litres. Actually, it says 7 pints, but that equates to just under 4 litres. That's with oil filter as well. So yeah, not that much. I have put some in to get it started. It's annoying, this bottle, you can't see how much is in there, but I know it's a 5 litre bottle, so I'll probably put 3 litres in. I'm putting in 2050 oil from Rye Oils. They're in the UK. They've got a high ZDDP content, ideal for the old Rover engines. Right, I'm going to hazard a guess that's about right. We don't want to overfill it, so we'll just let it settle now, and then we can check it on the dipstick. It's weird having a radiator cap on top of an engine. Is that normal? Whilst the oil in the engine is settling, I thought I'd change that heater hose. I've got the old one off, but the Jubilee clamps, sorry about the noise, are rusted. I had to cut one off with my little Dremel. I didn't film it because, well, to be honest, my battery died. And then I was worried. I got my little pot of Jubilee clips out and I didn't have the right size. Oh no, I'm going to have to go out. Then I realised at the NEC, I got a whole box full of stainless steel Jubilee clips. I got here, how many's in here? 91 stainless steel Jubilee clips for a tenner. As it says on the top, result. So here's the new pipe here. It's actually, I would say, too big. So I might have to cut that down. That's okay. The old one, oh, what have I done with it? I was going to show you it. Oh, I've got to watch that because it starts weeing if you leave it too low. Where's the old one gone? Oh no, I wanted to show you that. It was minging. Oh, there it is. In my face. Look at it. That would have burst. I mean, that's just broken with me pulling at it. And that crumbled when I went to take it off. It's disgusting, isn't it? Oh, and the old Jubilee clip. I had to cut that one off. Gross. I can go in the bin. And yeah, there should be the right size in here now. I've treated myself to an electric ratchet. It's only a cheap one, you know, Just Fit or something. Yeah, off of eBay from China, I would imagine. But it's cordless. I mean, it works, but I haven't actually used it in vain. So I'm just going to change the throttle cable now on the Triumph, and the blimmin' air filter. Ramey's put it back on. So I'm just going to see if it'll undo these nuts. Now I won't use this all the time because you risk damaging nuts and old nuts and things like that, but I know these bolts have been on and off a few times, so as long as Ramey hasn't done that too tight. Let's see. Well, that's better than going twiddle, twiddle, twiddle to undo them, isn't it? There we go. It was only about, what, 26 quid or something? It wasn't a lot. Of course, I'd do everything up by hand. I wouldn't rely on that thing. But when you've got a long bolt and you're like, oh, this is taking forever, that's quite handy, I reckon. Right, I've done this a million times before, so I'm sure we'll be fine changing the accelerator cable. So that little thing comes off, and then that's it really. It just pulls out. You can see, hopefully you can see, it's all frayed, knackered. So we've got a nice new one here. Just got to figure out how it comes out of the bulkhead. I know it just sort of unhooks from the pedal end, which bloody Triumph. This Triumph. Ow, that hurt. This Triumph's got something against me. I just think it doesn't want to live. Right, pedal. It's just got, you know, that is literally it. It just unhooks. Well, that end looks a bit knackered as well, doesn't it? And then somehow, I guess it just pulls through. Let's go and try pulling it. Because the new one has got a little thing on it, which looks like it just pushes through the bulkhead. Yeah, there we go. Doesn't want to come out that way, maybe it goes the other way. Oh no, there it is. Okay, let's hope the new one is the same length. So you want the end with the little thing's gone, pedal through here. I don't know what this plug's for. It might be for washer jets or something, because it hasn't got a squirty thing at the minute. So this horrible blue wire, I don't know what that is. Anyway, we're not here for that, we're here to shove that in. There it goes. Down, so that shoves in as well. Oh, I might get some pliers on that. Push it down further. There we go, amongst the rusty mess. The new cable is through the bulkhead. Rubber pushed down. And then the cable, look, it comes all the way through that thing now. Whereas before it was barely hanging on by a thread in there. This is a bit annoying, it doesn't sit nicely into that thing, but I don't think it's going to be an issue. I hope not, anyway. I suppose what I could do is just grind that down a bit and then that would sit in there. Yeah, let me go and get something on the Dremel and see if I can get that to fit nicer. There we go, I've whizzed the air filter back on and I ground that down so that sits in that little arm nicely now, which is good. Yeah, everything is in order. This vacuum pipe's a bit rubbish. I'm not sure if I've got any more, because I might just unhook it, to be honest, because it's a bit restricted, a bit tight. So yeah, I'll tidy that up. And then really what it needs is a new set of plugs, because the plugs I've put in there are actually for Jessie, the P4. They're B6ES, whereas this should have a NGK BP6ES. The P is for protruding, so the end sticks down further on the plugs that are meant to be in this, whereas Jessie can't have those because they hit the top of the pistons. So yes, I've got Rover P4 plugs in there at the moment, but they work, they spark. I put electronic ignition back on it. I say back on it because I had it on, then I put it back to points because it wasn't starting, and I'm pretty sure there's nothing wrong with the electronic ignition, so I put that back, put all the leads back to how they should, cleaned it all. I think we're ready for a test start. Will it start? At this point I have no idea. It should do, but will it? That's just a bit of water burning off there where I've changed that heater pipe. Well, it's running. It sounds like the exhaust is blowing. Maybe the downpipe. I can't pinpoint where it's coming from. Could even be the manifold. Could be cracked, couldn't it? I've tried just tweaking the time and it's not making any difference to it. And according to the lift pin, the mixture's correct. So I'm hoping the rough running is because it's got the wrong spark plugs in. So I'll get some new plugs probably tomorrow now. And we'll see then. Yeah, I'm going to end the video there. And I think that was a good day's work. Thanks for watching. Bye!